Hi, I'm Jenna from Sip Bite Go, and today I'm here to talk to you about a really strange obsession that I have. You know, I get into my little obsessions with food where I cook like one specific meal 3 or 4 times a week until I get it right. And one obsession I had lately was over meatballs. I probably hadn't cooked meatballs for like 2 years, and then out of the blue, I had this craving for these sweet and savory meatballs that are cooked in a crock pot. And what they're basically made with is barbecue sauce and pineapple chunks. This is a great recipe if you're hosting a bunch of people for a game event, or if you want an app to bring to a party. You can just lug over your crock pot with you and everyone will be pretty happy. These meatballs are delicious to eat right out of the crock pot. In fact, I lose about 1/4 of them just throughout the day while they're cooking and melting into all the ingredients there. But I also like to make them for dinner by putting them in nice, soft, plump hoagie rolls. They're so good. For the meatballs, I used onion, yellow pepper, which I accidentally pureed. It's supposed to be chopped, but you'll see very pureed yellow or orange pepper in here. Breadcrumbs, minced garlic, and eggs. Plus a sprinkling of salt and pepper. All of those ingredients bring the flavor to the meatballs, and then you add the ground beef. Now, there are a couple ways that you can mix together ground beef, but I'm a fan of not touching the raw meat. So you'll see that I like to put some bags over my hands and get in there. It's definitely not the easiest way to do this. And if you're not afraid of touching the raw meat, by all means go ahead and use your bare hands. The ingredients don't have to be super combined. They just have to be integrated enough to form one large meatball. My husband used to be a chef, so he's a good example of someone who doesn't mind getting in there and using his bare hands to work the meatball. Also, a tip from him is to put wet paper towel under anything that's sliding around on the countertop like this. Obviously, I forgot. When you start turning the meatballs into actual balls, you'll preheat the oven to 375 degrees. It's so helpful to use parchment paper to line the rimmed cookie sheets. I find usually 1 or 2 cookie sheets will do. Using an ice cream scoop, create balls, either 1-inch balls for small or 2-inch balls for large. Set the meatballs out on the cookie sheets, and it's okay if they touch, but make sure they're not becoming one gigantic meatball rectangle together. You want them to be able to easily break apart once they're done cooking in the oven. The size of your meatball will impact how long the cooking takes. Baking meatballs takes about 20 to 45 minutes. You definitely don't want them to dry out in the oven, so you want to have them cooked pretty much all the way and then take them out and put them in the crock pot. While the meatballs are cooking in the oven, you can make the sauce. It takes about 2 seconds to make this sauce because you're just combining the crushed pineapple and barbecue sauce together. When the meatballs are ready, you put them in the crock pot and pour the sauce on top. Cook the meatballs in here for about 2 to 4 hours, stirring occasionally. You can find the link to the step-by-step guide for this recipe at sipbitegO.com. I'll also leave you a link in the guide below. I hope you have a wonderful day. Cheers! I hope you enjoy these meatballs. Something about adding pineapple to them gives them this tropical feel, and they're really original. My friend Michelle took the recipe, and instead of pineapple, she used cranberries. So there are so many different things you can do once you get the hang of this recipe. So many different flavors that you can add. I hope you really enjoy making them. On top of them and put them in a meatball sub type of, that doesn't make